three major shopping centres in the current year that are breaking ground in the next 2 months. One is Bay West, which is PE, which will be the first super regional shopping centre in PE, which is 90,000 square metre GLA. Give you an idea of size. Sentence City before extension was 90,000. So, that's the kind of scale. PE is the fifth largest city in the country. We fought other developers, and because the opportunity generally gets to be identified by a few, but location is always the best seller with these sort of things. So we've got a perfect location on a highway and so on and so on. We're doing other precinct developments within that development, with some of the tenants on the commercial side already committed on the offices and a whole range of things. So we've got offices, we've got residential, we've got light industrial, we've got motor showrooms, hotels, you name it, on that precinct. We've got 2 off-ramps on site. We occupy almost 4 kilometers of highway frontage, so it's a massive. I think from a scale perspective, or from to visualize what we're trying to do, I could say a century city. It's similar to what you see. So that's Bay West and PE. We're breaking ground. We've got all commitments from all national retailers. We're above 80% leased already on that, and we are breaking ground. That's the one. That's about 1.8 billion rand development, the mall itself alone. Then we have Pretoria West, the southwest of Pretoria, along the N14 to Kruger Sub. The same road that comes off Kalami all the way Oliver Note Bosch and things. Yeah, so it's called Forest Hill. Also, we have a big precinct there. So I've got offices which are already also committed to a lot of corporates. And then I've got about 74,000 square meters of a shopping center, which is quite a massive rentable area. And that's about 1.5 billion. We're also breaking ground in the next month on that. Also fully committed, all leased up, and we've had a whole long history. I think each development I can take you through another 30 minutes telling you about the history of how we were in court with other developers and a whole range of things. But, location wins. Retailers will always pick the best location. We on an off-ramp, visible along a highway. Not only will we trade in our primary trade market or trade area in terms of 10-minute drive time, convenience to the centre, but also we'll benefit from passing traffic. We will do what mainly does to the east, on the west side of Pretoria. Designed mall, beautiful aesthetics, and highly integrated racetrack, and really it just works quite nicely. We've learned from our lessons, and we've got development teams that really are quite experienced. I think our retail experience combined is over 100 years in Billion Group. So we really quite specialists in this sort of thing. Then we have Mthatha. Mthatha is one of those towns, or should I say city, because it is a city, that doesn't have an industry, but it's got a lot of government and a lot of areas are landlocked around Mthatha, about 80 kilometers landlocked areas that trade nowhere except in Mthatha. It benefits from the fact that it was the old capital of the Transkei. So it's got the High Courts, it's got the Deeds Office, it's got the Master's Office, it's got Magistrates Court, a whole range of services which draws people from distances to come into that town. And that's why the town is, you can hardly drive in town because there's just cars everywhere, there's people everywhere. And every retailer generally will tell you that Mthatha store is either in the top 10 or the top performing store in the country. So we're doing another 60,000 square meters GLA there, value about 1.2 billion. And that's also breaking ground in the next 2 months. So those are 3 anchor projects we have under Billion Group, which will, on the pipeline of Rebosis, besides the other commercial opportunities, which are varied, which are quite a number around the country.